So I managed to get my grubby little hands on the new raid exotic, and it's a gun. It's kind of hard to do an intro on a weapon that I'm not really too jazzed about, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's actually get into the weapon itself and what it actually does. So the weapon has the exotic perk Void Leech. It will leech damage done to targets that are suppressed, weakened, or volatile, and when it's charged, you can hold R or your reload button to swap into a firing mode of that pure damage type. So if you do damage with volatile damage, you will do pure volatile damage in this charged state. And then the secondary perk is Umbral Sustenance, where just triggering Invis, Devour, or Overshields will automatically reload the magazine. Before talking about the perks though, let's just talk about the visual design and just the weapon itself, because it's less than great. Call me biased, because I am. This weapon just looks like ass. Just take a look at the raid that the weapon comes from, and now look at this. It just looks like a sad space dildo. To compare, look at every other raid exotic. Their designs will strongly resemble the aesthetic of the raids they come from. Vex Mythoclast, it looks like a Vex arm cannon. Anarchy, it looks like a fallen grenade launcher. Look at this thing and tell me what the raid and this gun have in common. I showed the gun off to some friends in LFGs, and they legit could not tell me where the weapon came from if they already didn't see it in collections. I have a super rare weapon that only comes from one of the hardest activities in the game, and nobody can actually tell me that it's from the raid. Sad. Now I know looks can be very subjective, and I'm a very big pyramid tech simp. It's the same reason I like the Vex so much, so let's go over the actual, uses for the gun. None. Seriously, the exotic perk does nothing. If any of you have been playing with builds this season, you'll know that Volatile Rounds are basically the bread and butter for the current meta. This weapon just gives you that, but worse, and will take an exotic slot. Also, this weapon wants you to use Void 3.0 exclusively as a base. Any weapon that makes me use a specific subclass that I don't want to use is automatically garbage. Imagine if Gowlhorn required you to get a solar ability kill before activating Wolfpack rounds. It wouldn't matter how good the gun was, it would be trashed immediately. Same thing here. One incredible flaw with how the perk is designed is just how annoying it is to actually get the reward for playing with it. I found myself accidentally killing trash mobs I was trying to use my abilities on to charge the gun up, so I couldn't get the thing to charge. The only way I was even able to get the gun to charge was if I used Volatile Rounds, the seasonal mod. And this will also bring me to the final reason why this gun is pretty much useless in its current state. Volatile Rounds just isn't exclusive to exotic weapons and does the exact same thing. I can turn my funnel web into this gun, but 1,000 times better and for free. And that is the problem. Why would I waste an exotic slot for something like my Gowlhorn, my Izanagi's, or literally anything else when I could make any legendary gun do the exact same thing, but easier, more powerful, and with basically zero cooldown? Now, I understand it's not fair to compare a primary weapon to special and heavy weapons. So let's narrow our sights to primary weapons only. I'm going to list off a couple of primary exotics that will completely mop the floor with this thing in terms of just power. Outbreak Perfected, Huckleberry, Trinity Ghoul, Bad Juju. For God's sake, no time to explain is better than this piece of shit. One thing they all have in common is that their exotic perks are purely passive, meaning I don't need to handicap myself to be able to reap the benefits. And that's it. The gun is just complete garbage. I can't see it being useful basically ever. The work to reward ratio is completely out of whack. It just really upsets me because it's a pure amount of wasted potential. You have such an amazing raid aesthetic. You have raid weapons that look like this. They look fucking amazing. And you're telling me this is the super rare exotic that comes from that same raid? It's just incredibly disappointing. It is a poster boy of wasted weapon potential. And that's what gets me the most. Wasted potential. Seeing what this gun could be is amazing. And it's just not that amazing. And it really grinds my gears. Raid exotics are meant to be the most valuable and goddamn cool looking exotics in the entire game. They're meant to represent a piece of content that we spend hundreds of hours over a year or even months, and this is what we get. It's just disappointing. Anyways though, sorry for the rant. I just really hate this gun. That'll be all from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like and or dislike if you feel so inclined to do so, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with the stuff that I post. I really try to post every single week. Sometimes I even post daily. So who knows? There might be a random video that you haven't seen yet. But again, that's all from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.